The Forgotten Mermaid. All lost hearts may be redeemed by Gregga J. Johnn. 1. Luminescent shimmers from the worm droppings gave a soft blue glow to slimy cave walls. The water plashed in careless rhythm as the sucking and slurping sounds that dripped from her blood-soaked mouth echoed in an eerie chorus. The siren feasted again. Her tail draped casually along and down the rocky outcropping, and the end fins wavered back and forth in time with the moving tide. She sighed, almost bored, as her razor teeth tore into his biceps. She chewed somberly. Her mind wandered memory holes, keeping distance in check to ensure no real emotion touched her frozen heart. She was just too tired to cry, too tired to scream, and for now, too tired to even sing any more. Perhaps the freshness of his meat might restore her interest. She doubted it, sniffing distractedly and wiping her nose with the back of her wrist. He tasted good. That was at least something. She sucked a random string of skin out of her silvery teeth with her blackened tongue and took another bite. She chewed and swallowed, then sighed again, and the glowworms continued to shimmer about her in disgusting beauty. Far away, cutting through a bustling, filth-caked port town, a grungy sailor by name of Bryce pulled the greasy rag around his neck over his nose and closed up his wool collar against the biting wind. Frost came quickly on the ocean's edge, but this year it seemed that with each crashing wave the foaming ice would break off and slice into the very air, tearing into the throats of all who dared to breathe. Bryce crunched water shards under his boot and pushed up the stone steps from the lower quay up to the town streets. A blast of stench assaulted his nostrils, even behind his linen mask, and he bent his captain's hat against the grime in the air. Captain's hat indeed. He snorted in disgust at his own misfortune and misgivings. What good was a captain if none would follow him? Yet he continued, dogging his way on his path. His path, predetermined by a miracle that changed his life forever when he was but a small boy, was the path that poured derision and ridicule on him as his infamy grew with each new docking, at each new port town. He wondered if his fame preceded him here. He would know soon enough. Passing an open fire pit that was frosted with spitting hordes of rank sailors, Captain Bryce saw the drunken nudging and snickering out of the corner of his eye. He counted off the seconds until he heard, "Oi! Captain Delusion! You found your tale of love yet?" The frothy fire-warmers took swigs of their sloshing brews, laughing in a loud chorus, and snorted at the lone dreamer. Apparently news of his quest to prove the existence of mermaids had indeed arrived before him. That would certainly make finding those who believed as he much easier. He smiled and tapped the brim of his hat, nodding. "Not yet, lads. I'm still looking for her." One of the more belligerent fire attendees slurred, "And what makes you think you'll even find such a thing?" Bryce smiled and swaggered on. "Faith, my friend." He sighed quietly to himself. "Faith." They wouldn't let it go, so one more yelled after him, "Faith in what, Captain Delusion? The wind? She's a harsh mistress to follow, always at your back, never at your beckoning." The captain stopped to advise his fellow seamate. "Trying to control the wind and keep her at your beck and call will only drive you mad, good sir. It's in letting her fill your sails and take you where she will that gets you into her arms." He bowed slightly and informed them all, "It's Deluse, Captain Bryce Deluse, and I'm looking for both a crew and information for my quest, should you know any local tales." "And if someone would want to tell you anything, where will you be found?" the youngest of the lot inquired. Captain Bryce smirked and said, "I'm sure those who are truly interested will be able to find me. They only need follow the wind."